What a beautiful opening ceremony that was. But now, it is time for the real deal. Hello everybody, I am PT, and welcome to the Streamout Marvel League Season 2's opening event, Balancing. The exact same one that opened last season, but now there's a record to beat, a little ramp before the beam, and new teams in the main league. The current record to beat, 22 by the Grand Deserters, team that won this event last year, and this time we have test teams. 6 test teams will test the 18 events this season will have to offer, and this team, the Chess Crew, demonstrates the first one. 1 point through 8 will be the scoring if you fall on the sides, and if you reach the end of the beam, you get 10 points. For example, we have Pawn here, which is the reserve of the Chess Crew, going a bit farther than everyone else. And they set the starting result of 18. Rook also got a good score there of a 5. We start with the Hysteric Ferrets, run number 1. And we are off to start the second season of the Streamout Marvel League. Cinnamon, first to go through the funnel, but it doesn't matter if you're first through the funnel, it matters if you don't fall out. Which is exactly what nobody's doing. Everybody fell off pretty fast, might I add. And that's a 16, currently in the lead, but that's because it's the only one run we've seen so far. Run 2, Team Artway. Off they go, past that starting line. Hitting it against the wall, just so it doesn't take too long of a time to enter the beam. And so far it's looking good for Team Artway. Only one marble, that being Paintbrush, hit the first peg, and everyone else blown past it, and that's actually a good thing. And Paintbrush is actually still on the beam. Now they join Pencil on that far side, I think 5-pointer? Yes it is, and that's a 27, and that's a new record. Let's see if we can see that graphic more times. Will anyone beat the Artway's 27? Up next, High Flyers. First team we saw last season and once again this season in the main league, as the other two failed to qualify, although the qualifiers are gone. The McNabbers have gone past that first ping, and everyone has fallen already as I finish saying that sentence, and that's a 23, enough for second so far. Run number 4, the Rising Flags. Hopefully they can do a bit better than last season, although last season was a pretty good season for them, if I recall correctly. Led by their captain Green Flag. Into the beam they go. Red Flag taking a bit more time. Will that help them out? I do not know. The reserve Blue Flag, though, goes up to the 7-pointer, sorry. That's a 25, second place. Up next, the Veggie Vengeance. And off they go. Took a little extra time there for them to be released, but I guess they wanted to wait that little bit. Will I help them? We'll see right now as they enter the beam. And, Zucchini and Eggplant failed to get a good passing through that peg, and they hit it immediately, but Carrot. That's exactly what you don't want to do. That's landing on the 1-pointer. That's 19, enough for only 4th place. Up next, Team Atmosphere. In the front with Mesosphere their captain. Ionosphere and Troposphere starting farther back. Off the line they go. Into that funnel, although they won't be funneling around. Troposphere decides to take that near side. That's probably going to be a 1-dropper. And that is. Although, what happened there between Mesosphere and Ionosphere? They collided. And that might have not helped them out. That's an 18. Could have been better because with Mesosphere and Ionosphere did not collide in the first peg there. Could have been so much better, but 5th place will do for now. Grand Deserters, the last season's event winners. Although that was with a 22, the lead is now at 27, which means they have to improve on their Season 1 score. And again a collision on that first peg. Doesn't seem to help. What will that total? I think that might be a tie. Yes, it is. 16. Tied 6 with the Ferrets. The event organizer will now have to figure out a way to break that tie. And we'll see or hear from them when we get an opinion on that. In the meanwhile, we'll get team measurements run. Foot tension meter going immediately into the ramp, into the beam. And that's not a good entry. Meter and the counter also collide. Many marbles colliding on that first pin. That's dead last. 13. Ooh, that's exactly what you don't want to see in this event. At the halfway point, it's Outway Italy with the 27, the Flags at 25 in second place, and the Flyers in third place with 23. Also, we're now hearing that the Deserters and Ferret's best member will go on a tiebreaker. Best score gets the best placing. As we now wait for that, it's Team Stargaze. Everybody in a straight line as they enter the round. How will that work out for the Stars? As the hashtag would suggest, they are trying to reach for the Stars. Sun going all the way to the 7th. This is a very consistent score. Will that help them out? Yes, it will. That's a 29. That's the lead. A 29 beating Artway's 27. What an amazing score that was. But we still have some rounds to go, so maybe don't get too excited as we get the dice rollers run up next. The 10 leading the way. Their captain decides to go in the back. And once again a collision on that first pin. Doesn't seem to help them out. How will that deal for them? That's 6th place with a 19. Up next, we got the Venomous Snakes. Another team that we didn't get to see here last season because, well, they failed to qualify in the non-broadcasters qualifiers. Sasuke Viper trying to lead the way. They fall into the 1-pointer, but so does Fair Loss. How that will count for them. A little collision there on that first pin, but we get to finish it for the first time in this event. Boomslang reaches the end, but I don't think the other scores help them out, and they don't. That's an 18. Only enough for 7th. The Outside Anonymous up next. Off they go. Out of that initial ramp into the funnel, or in this case into the wall, it's Victoria, first marble to enter the beam. And they time it well. Victoria stops there on that pin, trying to get a rest, but so did Baffin on the first one. Baffin falls. What will Victoria do? That's a 7. And the total is a 25. That's good enough for 3rd place so far. The Starchy Potatoes. Another technically new team in the main league. With Hasselback Reserve trying to lead the way. Will they do like some other marbles that led the way and fall back a bit? No, they won't. And they decide to fall out early. French fries down. But look at this, Mash and Boyle on their way to finishing. They do. Wow, that was a very good run. 2 finishes. And that's the lead. 33 points for the Starchy Potatoes. The first run over 30 we've seen. What an amazing run that was. Christmas game early, an iconic team in the SML. Will they one-up the Potatoes? They are hoping to do so after what some would consider a decent choke in Season 1. And look at this, Snow Globe. Going for the finish. Will Kenny Kane also finish? No, they won't! Almost finished, but that's only an 8 and that's a 30. Still pretty good for 2nd. Up next, the Milky Masters on the second to last run before the tiebreaker as mentioned previously. After this, it's only the Galactic Troublemakers we have to see. Now let's focus on the Masters run. Will they master the beam? I don't think oat milk will, due to going on that near side. No, they won't, but neither will condensed milk. Once again, a collision on that first peg. I don't think that will help them out that much. Only semi-skilled milk is still in the beam. That's their captain, doing good, but that does not help them out any way. 4 teams, with a 13 only beating Team Measurement's horrendous 13 as well. Final run before we get to see the Ferrets v Deserters tiebreaker. This is the Galactic Troublemakers. How will their score compare to the rest? Only time will tell, as once again a collision on that first peg. Only Milky Way is striking true, but whew, I don't think that's exactly what I wanted to see. But it is 14th. 15 as the score is not that good. Now the tiebreaker between the two best mobiles, one per team, that's Black for the Hysteric Ferrets and Patagonian, last season's MVP for the Grand Deserters. On the beam they go. Black falls off, Patagonian stops in that first peg. Only needs to go one zone further, they do. And that's Patagonian securing an extra point for the Grand Deserters. Black is not doing good enough. That's a 3v versus a 5. It's not good enough for the Ferrets. Now, the final results for this event. Measurement will have to take last, followed by the Masters, the Troublemakers. Ferrets leading in the tiebreaker against the Deserters. Atmosphere, the Snakes, the Rollers. Dice Rollers taking nice. Veggie Avengers and 8, and the Flyers, Flags, Islanders, Archway, then Stargaze, Christmas Game Early, and Starship Potatoes taking the podium. Congratulations to them. Here's the podium ceremony. And the standings reflect this event's results perfectly. Measurement will start last with 0 points. Dice Rollers just on the verge of the top half with 7, becoming their best start so far. Avengers will get 8 points, and Starship Potatoes will hold the lead on the first event. Thank you so much for watching. Up next, we have the long jump. I have been PT, and I'll see you next time.